Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Today we are going to be talking about decluttering and spring cleaning. I realize that it is summer right now and it's still a good time to declutter and spring clean because when you have a clean environment, you're going to feel so much more productive. Cleanliness is next to godliness. At least that's what they say. I don't know that that's entirely true, but we'll go with it. So first things first, there's a little bit of a story that's going on behind the scenes here. I have a friend, she's out in Minnesota, and she was recently telling me and another friend down in Georgia about how she's a little upset with herself because it's been 3 weeks since the end of her school job, and she has started her summer break and she has done nothing with her business. She's made no content. She's made no sales. She has done absolutely jack squat. And instead, she's been doing a lot of work around the house. So she was staining the deck, and she put together a umbrella so that she could do work outside. And she finished putting the carpet down in her basement office. And she's been going to camp with the kids and, a whole slew of activities. And what we reminded her of are a couple of things which are pretty important. The first thing, 6 weeks ago, when she was still working that job, she started to share that she wanted this summer to really be about her and her family and her kids and camping. She wanted to make sure that things got done around the house because by the time that the next school year started, she wanted to be able to get rip-roaring ready to go. So she's actually, if you think about it, she's actually accomplishing what it is that she set out to do 6 weeks ago. And she's bringing up a great talking point at the same time, which is the fact that decluttering is helping her mental space. We often hear about this idea and this topic of spring cleaning or decluttering, and I find that it's actually really important to do because when you declutter and when you free up space, then what you do is you allow for new energy to come in. So I want you to think about this in terms of your financial house, okay? Most people have no idea where to really start with their financial house. And when we go into declutter, there's a couple of places that you can start to financially clean yourself up and get yourself a little bit more together so that you can start to make space for new finances to come in. There are a couple of exercises, budgeting, debt tracking, expense tracking for my entrepreneurs and business owners, and as well as categorizing your expenses. This one's actually a big one because when you go to file your taxes at the end of the year, when you can expense things according to their category, there's going to be some things that you can write off entirely, and there's going to be some things that you cannot. There's going to be some things that are going to be part of cost of goods sold, like if you hire a freelancer or some kind of worker, and there's going to be some things that are not going to be considered part of cost of goods sold. So cleaning up your financial house in terms of the bookkeeping, in terms of the reporting is always a good thing because then when you go to file, it's already taken care of because you've been so cleanly with it during the whole rest of the year. Not only that, when you go to clean up your financial house, now you can start to clean up your financial commitments. Do you have bills pulling on certain dates? Do you need to move the dates around? Do you know that you're going to have a client payment come in this day for you to be able to put the taxes aside for this tax payment date, right? Like cleaning up the financial commitments is always going to be a good thing because then what you're doing is you're consolidating everything so that it's all working out the way that it needs to work out, and you're basically freeing up space in your mind and space in your energy so that the financial stuff can flow with ease effortlessly and take care of itself almost, not quite. What is this financial decluttering going to do? Well, it's going to open up space for your mind and for more money to come in. This is going to clear old stagnant energy and it's going to allow for new energy to fill the void that you just created. So what does that mean? What does that look like? Well, if you're launching something, it could probably look like sales. If you are doing one-on-one work, it could look like more one-on-one clients. If you're doing guest episodes, you're doing like a podcast tour, it could look like more time to spend with podcasts and also seeing conversions from those episodes. So, big main goal out of this entire podcast episode is to go into your financial house, go into any house, and make sure that you take some time to clean it up, because cleanliness is next to godliness. And when you have really spick and span numbers and really spick and span finances, it is going to help your revenue goals. It's going to help your profit margins. It's going to help you when you go to file for your taxes, for your expenses, for like your quarterly tax payments. You betcha it is going to help you. So I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to also take the time to remind you about the Star Sign audio bundle. Yes, we're changing the name. And the reason why is because I want to see all of my listeners see results from these subliminals and hypnoses, because I know that not everybody has the same sun sign. Some of us are Aries, some of us are Virgo, some of us are Cancer, some of us are Libra, right? So some of us have a more fiery energy, a little bit more breezy, playful energy, a little bit more emotional, nurturing kind of energy, or a little bit more grounded energy. So I'm creating subliminals and hypnoses for each element of the zodiac, and it is intentionally so that you can start to see more results in your sales. You can start to see more results from your content, more of your people coming into your world, and more of your people creating a raving community base simply from these audios. I am so excited to release them. It's going to be at the end of July. So if you're tuning in now, I have the link to sign up for the email wait list. And that's going to be where you're going to want to go, because then you're going to also get a sneak peek into the basic business astrology bundle that I'm putting together. And it's only going to be available to those who sign up to the email list. So I would encourage you to visit the link that's down in the show notes so that you can get the basic business astrology bundle, at least a portion of the access to that bundle. And then you also get the immediate access link to purchase the Star Sign audio bundle once it is released. I'm really excited about it. I love astrology. I do plan on putting more astrology episodes out into the podcast, and it's also because I'm learning so much about business astrology right now. I learned a lot about personal astrology. I'm really excited because now my astrological journey is kind of turning more into a business astrology journey. And it lights me up. I find it so interesting. There's so many pieces to the puzzle that you can put together and analyze. And I know that matching it up with my expertise in NLP is going to be thebomb.com for you. You're going to see so many results when it comes to building your business, growing your revenue, and increasing your clients. So I'm really excited for the release of this audio bundle. All that being said, I want to thank you for tuning in, and I want you to tag me in your screenshots with your takeaways from this episode. I would love to see them come through, whether it's on Instagram or TikTok, YouTube. I would love to see your takeaways from this episode, and I will talk to you very soon.